Brits don't say what they mean. I've wasted 45 minutes trying to get an appointment. I still don't have an appointment. I hope we never bump into each other again like this. I hope you don't have my number. I'm not strong enough for this northern cold. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I am Yvette and I moved to the UK in May last year. So it's almost a year, pretty exciting. And I'm just documenting my experiences. Before I jump into it, I want to rant about, maybe I'll do a whole video on my NHS experience if I can ever get into the NHS. It's not even the appointments, like I just want to go to the appointment just because I've got like some dry eye issues and I want to get a referral to an ophthalmologist. Nothing major, don't freak out, but I'm just trying to get a general appointment to get a referral. And I rang them this afternoon at 1 o'clock and the lady was like, no, we only take emergency cases until 1:30, call back at 1:30, and hung up on me. Quite rude, quite rude. And I was like, all right, whatever, maybe you're having a bad day. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Even though your order machine says after 8:30 is regular appointments, not emergency. That's fine, I will wait an hour. So then I did that. So then when I called back, I went to the referral section and they were like, oh no, you need a general appointment before you can get a referral. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll do that. Then I went for that and then she was like, oh, we can only give you appointments in 2 weeks, which is fine, but I'm away in 2 weeks. And then so I was like, can I do the week after? So 3 weeks, thinking NHS is overextended itself, give it extra time, don't want anything soon. She's like, no, sorry, we'd only do appointments out for 2 weeks, so call back on the 17th. And I'm like, I've wasted 45 minutes trying to get an appointment. I still don't have an appointment. It's not even like waiting, that's the problem. I just want to, just let me in. I might make a whole video on like when I actually get my referral, then my ophthalmologist and all costs associated, but it won't be an emergency because, I hope not. Because like by the time I get my referral, it's going to be then another wait to see that specialist. I don't know. Maybe I have health insurance. Maybe that will do something. Anyways, without further ado, I'll jump into the things Brits do and don't mean. So clearly I could use some help because this morning was a nightmare. So one of the things that I find interesting about the UK, and one of the things I think that's quite a big learning curve when you're moving to the UK, is Brits don't say what they mean. I come from Australia, we're quite direct. They'll tell you, probably in like jargon you will never understand, and like everything will be shortened and it'll be slang and you won't understand it, but if you speak Australian, they're very direct. They'll tell you exactly how it is. They don't beat around the bush, shall we say. However, because British people just love to be so polite and they really don't want to be disliked and they want no drama, they're going to do everything they can to avoid confrontation. So what happens is a lot of the times they'll say things and it's not exactly what they mean, which I think is really funny and a bit of a learning opportunity. So I thought I'd make a video on that, just going through some of the ones I've noticed since moving here, and then you guys can tell me some more because I'm sure there are so many in British culture. First one is, that's not bad. So someone will give you, say, some food and you go, oh, that's not bad. Or they show you a picture they've painted and you go, oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. What a non-British person would think would be, that's awful. Like, it's pretty bad. They're saying it's bad. They're saying it's not awful, but it's pretty bad. But what they actually mean is it's quite good. It's actually not like they were expecting it to be not great, and it's surprisingly quite good. So it's always a positive thing. Not bad is a positive thing, even though it sounds negative. My personal favorite is, let's get together soon. So, you know, you bump into someone on the street, you're like, oh, I haven't seen you in ages, let's get together, let's get a coffee, I'll see you soon. What a non-British person would think, oh, let's go get a coffee soon. What the Brits mean is, I hope we never bump into each other again like this. I hope you don't have my number. That's such a shutdown. They don't want to see you again. They're just being polite. They can't say no, obviously, because they don't want to be rude. But overall, it's very much there's never a lunch. It doesn't happen. Another great one that Brits say is, they'll say, I'll bear it in mind. What a non-Brit would say would be, oh, they're going to just consider my idea and maybe implement it and see how it fits in the future. What a Brit means is, I don't care what you think, I'm going to do what I want anyway. I'll bear it in mind to not bear it in mind. They're like, I don't really care, I'm just gonna do what I want. It's a polite no thank you to your idea. Hear that one a lot at my work. A really common one, which I think everyone would have heard even if you've just watched TV that's British, would be I'd love to, but. So non-British person would think, oh, they really want to hang out with me, but they can't because of their brother's wife's cousin's wedding. What a Brit means is I really don't want to, and I'm just justifying it by making you not feel bad because I can't say that I don't want to go. I just have to pretend that I do want to go so that you don't feel bad, but I really, there's nothing I want less in this world than to go to whatever the event is. One that I think trips up a lot of foreigners is if a Brit says that something you've done is brave or interesting. So if say you wear a nice dress and they're like, oh, that's a brave choice, or that's a very interesting dress. I think a non-Brit would think, oh, I'm being quite brave. I'm being quite brave, or my dress is a bit like unique and different, a bit interesting. What they really mean is that they don't like it at all and that they would never, and it's only brave because they could never do it themselves because they can't believe you've done it. Like if someone describes something of yours as brave, you have to think, what have I done wrong? Because like it's not a positive thing. Particularly interesting like would be like ugly, but you don't want to say it's ugly. This next one I didn't realize until I worked with someone who wasn't Australian or British, is that Brits will often say, oh, by the way, which Australians will also say, by the way, but the funny thing with that saying is, the way in context it is you're like, oh, I love that dress on you. Oh, by the way, you owe me that money, blah, blah, blah. Or like, can you return that book you left borrowed from me? So the irony of the statement is that you're saying something and then you say, by the way, so it's not that important. And there's something that is pretty much the only reason you're talking to them. Like, you don't care about their dress, you just want your book back or whatever it is. You know, by the way, this is the actual reason I came to talk to you because I don't actually care about all the fluff and small talk we had previously. So by the way is actually probably like the most important. Another common one I hear all the time at work is, I hear what you're saying, which non-Brits would think, oh, they accept my point of view, they agree with me. But really Brits are just like, I don't want to talk about this anymore, I'm done. But I disagree. I still disagree with you, but I'm done discussing. Oh, my absolute favorite one is that if you ever watch Parliament, this comes up all the time, they'll say, with the greatest respect, then whatever they're gonna say, or they'll say, my right honourable friend. And it means the absolute opposite of that. So obviously a non-Brit would think, oh, he really respects them. He holds them in a high regard. Reality is they're like, you are the actual worst. I hate everything you stand for and I don't want to be here. So I'm going to be hyperbolic and be overtly nice so that you, like ironically nice, so that they, I don't know, can't tell. I guess they all can tell because everyone knows, but you know what I mean. So I think it's always fun to watch, like if you watch like Parliament in session in the UK, often like the opposition leaders will be like, my right honourable friend Boris Johnson or whoever they're talking to, and it's normally like the biggest like middle finger F you to them, and it's just so like so British. Brits as well, to save face, not faith, to save face in politeness, I guess, is like to not create drama, is they'll say, oh, I'm sure it's my fault that I didn't, you know, unpack the dishwasher or whatever. And reality is they're like, no, it's your fault. But if you listen to what they're saying, it sounds like they're saying it's not their fault, but they mean 100% it is your fault. I think quite good gets a lot of Americans, is that you'll watch a film and you're like, oh, it was quite good. And, you know, a non-Brit would think, it's good, it's a good film, it was quite good, it was quite a good film. But the reality is, Brits mean they were pretty disappointed, they didn't love the film, it was a bit disappointing, it wasn't that good at all. Whereas not bad means good. They tend to play down their emotions a lot as well, so they'll say, oh, I was a bit disappointed that I didn't get a car park at the front. Actually, that's really trivial, but you know what I mean. How about not car park, we'll say promotion. Oh, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get that promotion. And so a non-Brit would think, oh yeah, like they're just a bit sad that they didn't get their promotion, but life goes on. But really you're like so upset. They're like so upset, really annoyed if it's an annoying thing, or really sad. It's just like they really downplay their emotions. They won't express them fully. So basically anything's an extreme, but sometimes it's opposite, so you can never guess. So I thought it's quite interesting, which is quite interesting, I think quite interesting, but a Brit would probably mean it's very boring. But that's all I have for this one. I just wanted to make a quick video because I am absolutely having a manic day, to be honest. Everything's going wrong. So hopefully eventually I'll get my NHS appointment and we'll see what happens. But my shout out of the week is Simon Winstanley. Am I saying that right? Winstanley? Simon Winstanley? Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for watching and sharing my videos. If you would like to be a shout out of the week next week, just make sure you like this video and share it on your social media, and then tag me at Yvette's Vibes on everything so that I can see it, and then next time you can be my shout out of the week. Until next time, until then, thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit subscribe so that I can see you next time. Bye.